Ever thought that your boots were too far gone? Let's completely restore these Frye Harness Boots together. Let's get to it. Hey guys, my name's Evan and it's my goal with each video to share with you the skills and tools needed to love your leather, whether that's a simple clean or an in-depth restoration like this one. I'm really excited about today's boots for two reasons. First of all, as you guys saw, these boots are going to clean up really well, and secondly, if you know the Frye company, the quality and durability of this brand is great. So let's take a quick moment to really grasp and understand the condition of these boots. Now you may think that the majority of this boot is unsalvageable with how worn and scuffed up it looks, but leather is insanely durable, which allows us to easily restore it. So first off, it's dirty, so it's definitely going to need a clean. Secondly, it's obvious that there are scuffs all over the boot, and that's mainly because the leather is really dry, so we'll be deeply hydrating it. And lastly, the toe portion of the boot has some major flappers that are really bringing down the aesthetic of the boots. So I'll be showing you my secrets to easily restoring any boot like this. Let's get to it. If you guys are following along, feel free to grab yourselves your favorite cleaner, a microfiber cloth, and some leather cream. The ones I trust are from my favorite brand, ShoeMGK, made in the USA, but you guys use whatever cleaner that you're comfortable with. The way that I clean my leather is by taking a damp, gentle brush, applying the appropriate amount of cleaner for the job, and just simply get brushing. Now it's vitally important to be as thorough as you can so that you don't leave any leather unscrubbed. If you were to do so, leaving that dirt can potentially lead your leather to more quickly aging and cracking than the surrounding clean leather. So I'd highly suggest getting the entire boot sudsed up and then wipe it all down. Let me know what you guys think below. I just want to take a quick moment to talk a little bit about this specific boot from the Frye company. It's inspired by the Civil War cavalry and is American craftsmanship at its best. It's rugged and uncompromising leather, gets better with age as you wear it, and it really takes a certain individual to pull it off. But nothing says made in the USA like this boot. Also, did you guys know that the Frye company claims to be the oldest continuously operated American shoe company? Comment below what you think. So now that we've dealt with all of the cleanliness issues like removing the surface dirt, dust, and debris, we want to move towards the conditional issues such as the scuffs and flaps. Now as I look at this flap, I see that it's not a clean break from the leather, and it's also not the entire chunk. What I mean by that is that if it were a flap that could easily be glued back down, that would be the best route to take, depending on your situation. But since a few chunks are missing, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, so it's probably best to simply shave it down smooth. I'll be grabbing some 2,000 to 3,000 grit sandpaper to get the job done, and if you're following along, make sure to use light to medium pressure, making sure to check the smoothness with your finger. If you need a better guideline, you can use a hard object behind the sandpaper to give you some help. Once our leather is completely smoothed down, we want to use some leather cream to both darken and cover the scuffs to bring back a smooth texture and feel. It's important to be thorough and spread the leather cream throughout the leather panel so that no leather is left untreated. Once all of that is complete, we'll go ahead and move to our next step. And as you guys can see, adding that leather cream really makes a huge difference and hides a lot of those scuffs and cracks. Additionally, adding this cream is going to prolong the life of your leather for far more years than leaving it dry to crack further. Now this next step is my secret that I want to share with you guys. You won't see this used in any other videos very often, but in order to allow your leather to soak in the oils and waxes and provide an extra strong barrier, you just want to take a hairdryer or a heat gun and gently warm up that leather cream and massage it into the leather. This will further remove those surface scuffs and make your leather look like new. You may need to use extra cream as needed on any problem areas. Honestly guys, the scuff on this toe didn't turn out the way that I had thought, so I had to pivot mid-filming to think of a way to change strategies. So I thought to myself, in theory, if you add more cream, the leather should soak up the waxes and oils and darken the surrounding area. This works most of the time, but unfortunately it didn't work this time, but it did do a great job everywhere else on the boot, and it may work perfectly for you. However, I think the reason might be the quality and thickness of this type of leather. Because of how thick per ounce this leather is, it is more difficult to penetrate through the leather layers in order to change the color. So what I ended up doing was actually changing strategies and using what is known in the leather world as antiquing, which is essentially creating a faux patina. And this is accomplished by using a darker color, either darker brown or even black, to create an antique look. And I thought creating almost like a gunpowder patina for these Western buckle boots would be super appropriate, and I honestly was pretty happy with how it all turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys would like to replicate this on your leather, this is a great look, and all you need to do is grab some darker pigment. In this case, I used black, and then you just want to feather it outward. You don't want to put too much, you just want to use enough to make sure that it starts to have an ombre effect. You could use a cloth to wipe away any excess. And by the way, you guys can do this not just on your shoes, but on your heels, your jackets, your bags, your belts. Just be creative with it, and you guys can get some really cool patinas. Please let me know in the comments how it turned out for you guys. I'm super curious. As always guys, it's vitally important to fill out your leather in order to keep the shape of your boots, but even more important to prevent creasing and cracking. Shoe trees are best, but paper or plastic bags work well also. Just make sure that if these are shoes you wear often, let them breathe in a well-ventilated area. Lastly, go ahead and give your leather boots a thorough brush. I use a horsehair brush. Professionals use this type of brush, but do you know why? Well, it's because horsehair bristles polish and buff leather more optimally than any other bristle, because the diameter of each bristle creates the most polished shine. To further understand the process, the back and forth motion of the brush creates enough friction to heat up the polish, which provides the perfect consistency to penetrate the pores of the leather, thus creating a protective top layer that looks amazing. The details are what matters, my friends. It's all in the details. But that is a wrap. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you guys would like to see more. I'm personally pleased with how this one turned out. It honestly took a twist with the antiquing method, but I'm also very happy that I was able to share that extra content with you guys. Thanks again to our sponsor, ShoeMGK. I am partnered with them to provide you guys with a whopping 20% off and free shipping when you use my code EVUMMIES. I really hope that you guys found value as well as learned some skills and tools to clean and care for your leather. I hope you enjoyed this before and after, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Remember to love your leather.